Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome back to Enigmatic 6 Expert Mode Live with Light. Hey there, Mac. We're over here just making some plutonium and polonium, because I'm sure we're going to need some, and this can't be left unattended. So, figured while I was here, could just make a little bit of that while I was a little early. So, one thing that I have noticed is that when you've got chunks loaded, they're rather likely to be struck by lightning. So, when you're just playing the game, you've got a lot of chunks loaded around you. And so, what given thing gets struck by lightning? Rather random. When not so many chunks are loaded, things happen. Yeah, I thought players needed to be around too, but I've had my Britannia boat struck by lightning. I've had my Create boat struck by lightning. And now, over here, our good friend Chuck, if he didn't get struck by lightning, he got struck by something. Twice. He's been killed since I've been on the server. So either it's these Tau fruit killing him, or it's something else, or it's lightning, or something is killing Chuck. Because these did not grow, and he was in that hopper when I logged on. And I put him back, and in the past 5-10 minutes, he's been killed again. So if we get a charged Tau fruit or a saturated Tau fruit, then we'll know. But, now maybe one hit isn't enough to saturate it. But still. Twice in that much time. That's no bueno. Oh, we are 7 short. Yeah, Zuli is quite the woofer. He's got quite the woof to him. Okay, so while we wait for that stuff to grow, we're going to hang out here, and we're going to see what else we can work on while we wait. And maybe we can catch something in the act of killing it. Because there might be a range on it, and we need to move the Tau fruit away from him. I don't know. Oh, he died. Okay, so we've got the stuff. We've got that stuff. We almost got that stuff. We need 4 runes of air per thing, yeah? Yeah, 4 runes of air per. We need 8 observatory lenses. So that's 32 runes of air. That's 32 living rock. No, that's 16 living rock. Yeah, just making sure we don't have a whole bunch laying around. So we need Gusterize. We've got plenty. We need silk. We need bottles of air. Or cloud bottles. Easily enough acquired. Eh? Wasn't I at cloud level at some point in there? There we go. It's a fairly narrow range. There we go. Still at 58. $60. Okay, so there's something else we need for a rune of air. Blitz powder. We're gonna need to make, we're gonna have to harvest more blitz stuff soon. But then it's mana steel and mana powder. And we got plenty of that. So that'll be good for that. This Tau stuff, we need to go and embloodin it. Oh, I also noticed something a little odd over here in my cactus farm. I got some lobster tail. No idea when that happened. Or how. Yeah, it spawned in, didn't have a good time, but like, I didn't know there were lobsters. Okay, so we're making 20 of these. They take 3 of those each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that should make plenty of soft coatings. Well, Tau oils that go onto our soft coatings to make them soft coating L. And then we'll go make our runes of air. And then, do we have all of our chromatic compound? No, we do not. So that'll be the next step. Chromatic compound. And we chuck them into the void. Whee! And we should probably break the Tau fruit that are close to Chuck, but we'll see how it goes. Well, while that's running, let's go to Chocolate Island. So the mana should be replenished because we had this place loaded. That's good. We can unlock this chunk. And then we can get making some runes. Yeah, these are pretty quick now. I did check on the production of that ultimate induction cell. I do believe it's finished. So we'll be able to make that final port. Well, final non-magic port. And eventually we'll need to make more of those for the battery for the fusion thing. But we're still plenty far away from fusion. Because if everybody recalls, we're still working on the things necessary for making the fuel for fusion. And I don't know if this mana farm will be fast enough for that. And so we might need to make a masticator farm. A nice place to just spawn them in, kill them, everything. Why wouldn't it be fast enough? Well, it's got great storage. But the speed at which the sheep produce their wool is still not very fast. And so, like, for mana generation, it's pretty good. But it's a bit imbalanced, and so this one right here is always empty. Oh, we might get to see it go. Let's step away from it. Oh, so we've got one in that one. Yeah, so there it goes. And so when it procs, it generates quite a bit of mana. Like, a lot. But I don't know if it procs enough. And it might. I don't know. I don't know how fast that thing will suck up the mana. I know you need a full pool to start it, but I don't know how much it uses. And so this might be plenty fast. It might not. Okay, so that's that. Let's grab this. Let's go back and check on our towel oil. Oh, we don't need that loaded. The mana's full. Here. And you're probably thinking, Light, why would this have finished while you were gone? Well, that's because down here, there's a chuck. Like, it just feels like a Nope Chuck Testa meme now. Okay, so that's those, that's these. We should have all the stuff we need. We're making 5 batches, so 20 of these. $20 ectoplasms. Bunch of these. That is way too many. We're making 5 batches. We need like 10 of these. How many of these do we actually need? We're making 8 observatory lenses. So we need 32 spectral lenses, which means we need 10 batches of these. 10 batches means we need twice as much of all of these things. So I'll be 20 of these, 20 of these. The glass lenses, only 10. 10, 20, 20, 40, 40. And nothing around the outside for those. Okay. Now we are off to the balloon. There's all those. Gimme. Okay, 30 spectral lenses. And then we've got a few extra here. 32. 8 times 4 is 32. Good. Then we need just as many resonating gems. We are going to need more celestial crystals. I don't think we need special ones, so if we've got something that's just big, that'd be great. Then we take a bucket. Let's grab ourselves another resonating gem. Put that on there. Throw that. Throw this. No, get in there. And then we need our cutting tool. Oi, now. Don't pick that up till it's done. Because we're going to need a lot of these celestial crystals, too. And I don't want to waste the good ones. I don't want to waste the good ones on that. Okay, so, but we only need 1 per, yeah? So we need 8 of them. We could probably have 2 of these going at a time. Come on. There we go. Okay, this is going pretty smoothly. Okay, there we go. That's 8 done. 2 remaining for the next time we need to do this. We'll leave those blocks. Actually, let's make it symmetrical. There we go. So we've got 8 of those ready to go. Okay, so let's get all of these in there. So there's all that. Then we need our 64 shadow steel. So a stack of shadow steel. 32 illumination powder. $16 nocturnal. And then 16 stardust. Nice. So, how's the weather out in the rest of the world? Because it started to get nice here. We had a little bit of false spring, but I think we finally might have gotten to real spring. Almost. We bought a swing for our deck. It's been fantastic already. I do know that swings are best for the first couple of weeks that you get them. Then they go downhill, because you have to maintain them. Late this afternoon, then it started raining. Yeah, it's going to start raining again here, but hopefully it won't get down quite as cold as it did last time. Okay, so now we need a stack of shadow steel. So, back we go. Stack of shadow steel means half a stack times 3, so 96 of these. Stack and a half. Stack and a half of nocturnal powder. Half a stack of rainbow quartz. Half a stack of infused sun metal. We need more sun metal. Oh no, our sun metal blend stuff is gone. So silver dust and sulfur. So 8 sulfur, stack of silver. That math was not right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So which do we think is faster? The enrichment chamber or the pulverizer? Incorrect. Using both is faster because it's done in parallel. Let's go. The problem is the enrichment chamber doesn't put it directly into our system. Correct answer, the pulverizer is faster. It was done with all of it faster than the enrichment chamber was done with hardly any of it. And that's what happens when you don't upgrade your machines, kids. Okay, silver dust, silver dust, silver dust. There's probably a source splitter, yeah? So if we put multiple jars here, we could split it out to all of them. Seems like the sort of thing that would exist. Okay. And then Man of Steel, we've got. Okay, so each batch is 9 items. So we should be able to do 7 batches at a time. And so we'll probably need about 5 or fewer blaze cakes. So let's put these away for now. Start getting these set up. Okay. And now we hope for the best. How? Are the piles too heavy? Come on. Wait, did one of the piles get... Oh, it's over there. What is it doing over there? Okay. You guys. Is there a better place to stand for this? Could we, like, toss it from here better? And I really should just make a really fast omnidirectional hopper for this. Like, you'd still need to put in the right amounts. At least you wouldn't have to toss it into the bucket properly. You godforsaken quartz. How did you miss? There we go. That should be more than a stack of chromatic compound. Now we head to the XP farm. Chuck it into the void. Stack of shadow steel. Head over to the balloon. Okay, then we pick up all the stuff. Put one of these in the middle. We need the other. We need the other. Lucerna. Ah, Lucerna, come back. Do we need Lucerna in the sky? With diamonds? Oh, they need to be attuned. Do they need to be attuned to Lucerna? Unclear. But they do need to be attuned. Let's go to Chocolate Island. I'm fairly certain I didn't attune them to Lucerna last time. And this is not in the sky. Curses. How many stars are in Lucerna? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Will you quit it? Where did you even go? Stop it! Ba-bam. Really? Okay. Back to the balloon to sleep again. Hopefully Lucerna will still be in the sky tomorrow. Or at least something with 6 stars. Really? Come on. This is Bush League. Yeah, it sounds like Extortion Buddy's home. So we're going to take a break here soon. And then we'll be back. Oh, sounds like Zool just heard. Are you kidding me? I can see the sun. It's right there. It's just not quite day enough. There we go. Oh, cooldown hasn't completed yet. We gotta run. We're going to Chocolate Island. Well, it's not necessarily the one that I want, because it's the one I just broke down. But, gotta make do with what you got. VCO. Hello? VCO? Is that not you in the sky over there? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. That's not VCO. And the one that I was saying wasn't in the sky is in the sky. It just hadn't risen yet. Silly Lucerna. Okay, so we put VCO back. We grab Lucerna. We get hit a couple of times. Everything's fine. There we go. Get attuned, yo. Just tuning some crystals with some beautiful effects. Hopefully there's enough nighttime to make this work. We are almost halfway there. Nighttime's not half over. This should work. Only 2 remaining. We got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Not enough time to make the lenses, but plenty of time to make the crystals. Yeah, and it's been going pretty constant. There we go. That's all of those. Let's teleport ourselves back to the balloon. now we put our attuned celestial crystal inside of it, and we don't have enough starlight. Because the moon's going down? Where's the moon? The moon is gone. I've lost the moon. There it is. I mean, it is most of the way through the sky, so it's unclear whether we don't have enough power because it's through the night or because our constellation's not up. But either way, Extortion Bunny is home from work, so I will be right back. Okay, I have returned. So let's see about getting this done. Yeah, and it's a shame that these just don't stack. Even if they're the same exact thing, still don't stack. So we have to make these one by one by one by one. And if this doesn't work, we'll just, sleep until it does. Yeah, Frog will not be here today or next week. I will likely be out next Thursday as well. But I'm clearly here tonight, and I'll be here on Tuesday. Can't add more to the production. I theoretically could. I could make more collector crystals and point them at it. But then I'd have to make more collector crystals. So, yeah, if y'all want to see Frog, you can go to Buckeye Game Fest in downtown Columbus. I will not be there because it always is the time of year when I've got other stuff going on. Now, granted, the stuff is in state this year, but sometimes it's here, sometimes it's out of state, sometimes, yeah, there's just a lot of sometimes. We're slowly making progress.
So where are we not going to be?
Not going to be in downtown Columbus next week for Buckeye Game Fest.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hike for me, unfortunately.
And for me, I am always busy this time of year. Okay, so VCO and Decidia, yeah? Yeah, VCO and Decidia. One of them is better than the other, and I don't remember which.
I think the North was better, but I don't recall.
Probably. Yeah, so that's probably VCO. And of course, VCO is the one that's not in the sky right now. And so I don't have enough power. So it's time to sleep until it is.
Not day enough yet.
Not day enough. Be more day.
Mm-hmm. Slowly loading. Today, I'm going to make some more summoning circles. Oh, I need to make those purplish crystals that they use.
Mm-hmm. Hope you got some poison.
I can pop over and find some pretty easy. Need spirit attuned crystal for occult. Yes. Haha, I wrote it down in the writing down spot. So I have some vague shot at ever managing to do it. I need signs, though, because I need to mark which of my summoning circles is which.
None of these are VCO. Which one's VCO again? Okay, so 4 and a triangle. None of these. Back to bed.
Are they in my? They are in my backpack. Haha.
Haha!
It's always the last place you look. I only have one, so I should probably make some more.
Illumination powder, stardust, resonating gems.
And I'm going to. What was that? Frames?
The framed slope and framed stairs? Yeah.
Yes. Framed sloped prism.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah. Or I can make 3 framed slopes and turn them into framed slope slabs.
Framed slope slabs.
It's fun to say. Okay, so I gotta make frames first. Make frames, I have to make frames. To make frames, I have to make frames. Got it. This all makes lots of sense. Okay.
Oh. There's VCO. We should be good to go.
Big pile of sticks.
I really hope we don't have to wait for the convergence of both VCO and Dissidia. That would be unfortunate. Let's see if we've got any rock crystals left. We don't. That's rigged, not rock. We do. Tool efficiency, tool durability, focus, ritual range. So none of those are worth anything. I thought we had some rock crystal ore. We do. While we wait, let's crack these.
Oh, I may have stolen 1 or 2 hearts of diamond from you. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah, that should be fine.
By may, I mean definitely did.
Collection rate 2, collection rate 1, Fornax, shape 3. Purity 2, ritual effect 1, tool durability 1. Yeah, I don't know why the required is fluctuating, but it's probably just a visual glitch. Shape, collection rate 1, collection rate 1. Ugh. It's looking like we might need to make another one. Collection rate 2. Collection rate 3. Focus VCO 1. We'll probably make that one. Yep. It's just not enough with one of them in the sky. We need both.
Okay, let's just go ahead and make all of these frames because it looks like I'm gonna need them.
Well, let's head over to Chocolate Island. Let's get PCO going. Whoa! Can't fly while holding paper. Okay, we'll need illuminating powder, resonating gems, and stardust. Res, 1, 2, 3, 4. Blue, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then stardust, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we cry bitter tears, taking all of this stuff back out again. What's the recipe? Stardust in the corners.
You had to make another collector crystal? That sucks.
I mean, that's what it feels like. It's either that or wait for them both to be in the sky. this is too close. Let's do it out here. Whoops. Wrong wand. This one. Too far away?
So I'm getting a total of 14 of those purple crystals, it looks like. Alright, better get going. It's so misty in here. Misty down here too? Yeah. Stupid.
That's the problem. Let's pick that up again. Put it here. Link to there. Turn it off. Then we grab this and we link to that. Could we have just linked it directly? The answer appears to be yes.
Explosive cell.
Oh, can you do both? Oh, I wonder if the fact that it's sending stuff to blocks is making it not powerful enough. Okay, you turn off. You turn off. A link from there to here. Okay, let's turn these things off. Okay, that might be better. Okay. So now we should be ready for nighttime. Why is it wrong? There we go. Here's hoping it works.
All right, let's just look at books and see what I need.
What you're making?
Oh, I got distracted by God knows what. I was looking at levigated chunks and turning them into fulminated and iron and demon will and God knows what else.
Completely unnecessary.
Yeah, to make demonic will. Okay, how do you make demonic will?
You use the demon crucible to burn will from your will storage device to go into the air, which your demon crystallizer then turns into demon will crystals. And then you harvest them with a empty hand.
Okay. It's not nearly as bad as this was looking.
Yeah, no. That way looks terrible. Because you go through all that and then have a probability of getting what you want. Like, you're not even guaranteed the demon will, I think. Like, there's something in the process that it's like, you've got a small percentage chance of getting that thing that you wanted.
You end up like a 20% chance or something stupid like that, yeah.
Oh, and it still is only barely enough. But now we get to play the whack-a-mole game.
Speaking of whack-a-mole, come on, Amadron Tablet. Flaming Rebuke 3. At least it's fun.
At least they're always in the same order. They're just in a different location. Yes, Mac, there is some diminishing returns with the Starlight stuff. If you have them too close together, they'll fight, and you won't get the full amounts. But there's only so much we can do. Yeah, and I don't know if it's diminishing returns as you go up, but the things that you add themselves, if they're too close, they fight over resources. So that might be why you have the lenses, such that you can put those farther out and still get them in.
Do you think the lenses can like reset the distance, kind of maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Lobster tail equals power.
Lobster power?
Lobster power. Oh, I'm going to be going for sushi tomorrow. What is your favorite type of sushi?
My sushi, well, I'll tell you, my wife's favorite sushi is either tuna or yellowtail with scallions.
Okay.
I tend to go for spicy tuna. I also like a is it California roll? Yeah, I think it's California roll. It's avocado and the fake crab. Yeah, that's me. She also likes mackerel nigiri.
Oh.
Yeah, more power to her, right?
What's wrong with mackerel nigiri?
It's mackerel. Mackerel's a very fishy fish.
I see.
So it can be. I'm like, I like fish, but you know, I have my limits. If you understand what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I totally get you. Okay.
What about you? Do you have a particular
observatory lenses? I've never had sushi before, so
you've never had sushi. Okay.
Never.
Well, I'll tell you this. This is just my opinion, but I would stay away from salmon sushi because I feel that raw salmon is too chewy to make good sushi. That's just my opinion, but I will express it to you.
I asked for opinions, and I am appreciative of them.
Let's see. Yeah, tuna is usually a good choice. I also a lot of the vegetable rolls are really good too. Like frankly, just a freaking cucumber roll is great because they take the cucumbers and they make them into like little like julienne slices.
Oh yeah, I would
really
like that a lot.
Skinny, really crunchy, and it's just that, and then wrapped in rice and wrapped in the soy sauce and the nori. Yeah, that's it. And it is good stuff. I would recommend it. I like. Okay, so nigiri is when it's just the fish on top of the rice pad, and sometimes it's held on with a little courtesy little tiny little bit of nori just to hold it on there. So that's what Heather likes in mackerel. I like it with again with the imitation crab on top. I find it gives a good flavor and it's good stuff. That's what I would recommend.
Yeah, because I've played Sushi Go, the board game, and so like I've seen various types, but never eaten.
Yeah,
any.
I mean, if you don't feel like getting too adventurous, I mean, a lot of they'll have like a lot of fancy rolls, like expensive ones, but like some of them are really good, like spider roll or rainbow roll and stuff like that. Like I'd say for those guys, just look at the ingredients and decide. Like I don't know if you have any are there any types of seafood that you are not into? Like no, thank you, this is not my thing. Like off the top of your head,
they're all kind of meh. Is the thing.
Okay.
Oh, that was a lot of. That's a lot of gunpowder efficiency. You can get 2,000 shots from 5 gunpowder. That's a lot of shots. Okay, so let's get this cannon started. Did you want to come watch the schematic cannon in action?
Ooh, where are you at?
Chocolate Island.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Sure. No hurry. Extortion Bunny, do you want to come see the schematic cannon in action? Okay. Why does it think it's out of gunpowder when gunpowder is at 100%? No, Mac, she's not gonna. She's just gonna take it easy. Okay, let's double check the placement. Looks good. Double check this. Yep, everything but blocks of steel. Mac, no. We don't know where the blocks of steel are missing. Nothing that in it really looks like just straight up blocks of steel. So once it's built, we'll see what's not quite right and hope it's not inside this bit over here. So what I'm hoping is it's these corner pieces, because they'll be obvious. But inside of there, I have no idea what's inside of that. So if it's there, that's a problem. But, I mean, even if it's inside of there, we can figure it out.
Okay, to chocolate and they go.
Everything else should be fairly obvious.
The light is up north. North is that way. You pop in and you assume you're facing north to start with.
Okay. Go.
So how much gunpowder did you need for this?
So I put in a stack because I wanted to, but it got 2,000 shots from 5 gunpowder.
So a little bit.
Very little bit. Is it confused now? Hello? Missing item. Block of steel from Immersive Engineering. What I have is block of steel from Emendatus Enigmatica. So
Immersive Engineering is still sheet metal.
yeah, there is no such thing as a block of steel. So can I just tell it to override it? No. So what do we do instead? Do I make a copy-paste gadget? Hope for the best? Show printer settings, skip missing blocks. Oh, nice. Skip missing blocks. Thanks, Wingding. And just place it later, we guess, but like, yeah, because it's definitely those blocks that I thought it was. But like,
looks like you can put blocks of steel into the block cutter, maybe.
Stone cutter, blocks of steel. Ah, immersive engineering, blocks of steel. There you go, thing. We'll see in a moment.
So we'll put those in, or is it just skip those entirely?
So it will have skipped 6 of them so far. We'll see if it puts it in the next layer. Oh, did we have a 0K event?
Have?
There are 12 total.
Okay, so there's a solid chance
it's good. It's good because it placed them in this layer.
Okay. I'd still be grumbly about it, but you know what you gonna do.
Put these here, 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 and there, and there. Done.
So is this why you need that stellar neutron activator?
Yeah, so this is the stellar neutron activator.
And it's making as part of the whole kajigger?
No. This whole thing is the stellar neutron activator.
And the stellar neutron activator is that thing with that looks like a giant creepy eye thing? Or is that a different thing?
So this is a giant crystal thing with a ring of demon stone around it. And you feed this. That's a good question. What do we feed this? Stellar.
What don't you feed it?
Neutron activator. Because it makes either deuterium or tritium. I think it's tritium.
Okay. Just watching the little what do you call it? The guardrails go flying off.
Okay, yeah. So electricity, water, and mana makes liquid tritium. 4 buckets or 4 pools of mana per 640 millibuckets of tritium.
How many, sorry?
So 640 millibuckets of liquid tritium requires 4 pools of mana. It's a lot of mana.
It is. It's a bit of mana. Liquid tritium. And you use that for fusion, I assume?
Mm-hmm. But I also don't know how quickly the fusion is going to consume it. I suppose you can tune it. Like, you can figure out how much this generates and then consume only that much.
Mm-hmm.
And how much electricity? 100,000 feet. That is not really that much compared to 4 pools of mana. Oh, you're kind of thinking the cannon would shoot the whole thing at once? Yeah, that would be a little intense. Not good for servers.
It's like thinking about like, if this whole snowfall fell in one just like one lump, one giant snowflake, it would like crush like towns below it and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're making the ring. Well, starting the ring at least.
So where does it say how much energy you get from fusing this? Is it does it talk about it in the fusion reactor, I guess?
Energy from fusion, I don't know.
Okay.
Because the amount that you get from the fusion, I think, depends on how hot it is. I think.
It tracks.
And how hot it is also depends on how quickly you consume the fuel, and so I'm not entirely certain of the details. I just know it's a ridiculous amount of power.
Good. I'm down for ridiculous.
But you also need to supply it a ridiculous amount of fuel. I just don't know how ridiculous on either side it is. Well, I suppose I can check real quick.
That zombie had a potato. What a weirdo. Sound like it went double time there for a second.
Okay, so it looks like if everything is still the way it has been, its maximum input is half a bucket per tick.
Mm-hmm.
However, at 2 millibuckets per tick, it generates 400 kilophi per tick.
That's
so like at 1/250th of its capacity, it generates almost half a gigaphi per tick. Yeah. So, pretty intense.
Is that Alfheim glass?
No, I think that's just blue stained glass. Might be light blue stained glass.
Because it has to be different for some reason.
But that is blocks of niotic crystal inside of it. Unless those are the blocks of mana diamond. But there's spirited crystal blocks in there. There's nitro crystal blocks in there.
It's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God for this schematic cannon. I swear to God, this would take forever.
Yeah. Now, the...
one block wrong.
Yeah. The copy-paste gadget also, I think, would try to paste it all at once. And that's part of why I don't trust it. And I think you'd also have to have all of the items in your inventory, and I don't see how that would work for this.
Yeah. Is that the one that uses construction paste sometimes?
Yeah, that you can use construction paste if you want it to look like the block without being the block.
Okay. Because I somehow managed to get a 500 paste reservoir from a bee, I think. I'm like, the hell am I doing with this? Because at first I can tell I can't take it out. So.
Yeah, so after this multi-block, I get to build the other multi-block.
What's the other multi-block?
So the other one is the one for deuterium. So the industrial deuterium plant controller. It looks like an offshore oil rig.
Okay.
Yeah, Mac, in non-expert mode, both of these are just a block. Heck, we already have the one block.
I believe in theory, fusion involves helium-3 usually, actually. So deuterium is one and is a proton and a neutron. Tritium is a proton and 2 neutrons. I assume there's 2 different reactions they're doing. Let's see, because you could fuse like a hydrogen and a tritium into a helium, in theory.
Mm-hmm.
Or 2 deuterium into a helium.
Yeah, I think...
In theory.
Yeah, what I think it's trying to do is take the deuterium and the tritium and fuse those two into a particular helium, but I don't know why.
Ding.
Makes it all worth it. So yeah, obsidian chest is empty. Schematic is now empty as well.
Oh, it uses it up? Okay.
Well,
good to know.
Well, it removes the thing that you built from it. And so now I can use it for the next thing. So we can pick these up. We can grab some dirt. And we can start filling this in.
And just rub some dirt on it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, there's your spirited crystal down there in the bottom. Here's your eternium blocks right here. Anyway, cool stuff. Wilden.
That is not where I meant to put that at all.
right, that's pretty cool. So I'll leave you to it.
Mm-hmm. And eventually I'll figure out how to power it. Because like 2 of the 3, super easy. Barely an inconvenience. But trying to get all that mana seems like a serious problem.
Seems in.
Found structure. Fantastic.
Good puppy. Good puppy. Spoiler, my dog's a cute puppy.
Oh. What if we didn't know that?
Oh yeah, I finally had enough rotten flesh to justify putting it in a bin. Okay, so cooked ham is only good for eating. Good to know.
Okay. Let's expand this out a little bit.
Oh. My Heather is home. I'll be back in a minute.
Nice. Okay, there we go. Make this one look super unnatural. Like, we worked really hard on the other ones. And this one, it's just like, you know what? This wasn't here, but we made it be here. No one's ever going to go over to that one. Okay, so over here, we've got a fluid input port. We give that water. Over here, phi input port. We give that power. Over here, fluid output. That's where the liquid deuterium goes. Fairly certain we do need to decondensentrate it into gas to be used in the thing. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, I'm fairly certain we're going to have to decondensentrate it. But that's okay. Oh, I got a creeper head. Okay, so we'll just put that away. And so now we need to go back, get the new schematic for the next building, or we can start setting up the inputs for this. I kind of want to set up the inputs for this. So we need an ender chest. Well, an ender tank. Ender tank. So let's get those blaze fibers going. Chorus glass should be fine. We've got the dimensional shard. It's kind of the most annoying part. The fact that we don't have the shadow casing is mildly annoying. So let's go to the XP farm. Get some more shadow steel.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Thank you. So, whoa. It's going to start going the game lags for a second.
Yeah, it was raining in the end there for a bit.
That's fun. So, question for you about your storage. So you have the demon storage, yes?
Yes.
But you also you still have most of your stuff in your is it mechanism storage? What storage is that you use for a lot of your junk?
Refined storage. And it is
Okay.
in both, actually. That the
Okay, so
majority of the things are in the demon storage, but accessible through the refined storage.
Okay, that's basically my question. So you can set up something so that like one can access the other easily?
Yeah, you can get refined storage to access the demon, but the demon can't access the refined.
Okay, so it's a one-way thing.
Yeah.
And you just have something like effectively a pipe coming out of your main demon storage that allows stuff to go from there into your refined storage, more or less. Like, not saying exactly that, but the same basic concept.
Yeah, it's an interface that treats the demon storage as part of the refined storage.
Okay.
So instead of having a disk drive, you use external storage, and that's what it's called.
Oh, okay.
That it's an external, I think it might just be called external storage or something like that. Okay, ender tank, shadow casing.
Refined storage, external storage, yeah.
It's
pointed at it. Oh, just like having an external storage pointing at, like a chest or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the demon storage is just a really big chest.
Okay.
Really big chest.
And it's a really big chest with a real remote you can use to access all of it at any time you feel like, yeah?
Yes, but I use the refined storage little thing that lets you access it from anyway.
Okay.
Because this, I can also then tell it, hey, I need this, craft it for me.
Interesting.
And that's beyond just the little crafting bench. You can make crafters that will be like, oh, so this thing needs 7 of those things, which require 17 of those other things, which require a stack of this, and it just does all of it. But you have to teach it first.
Okay. And you teach it like a layer at a time, basically.
Yeah. Okay, crystal glass. Then, do we have liquid chorus here? Hope so. We do. Okay, so to make chorus glass, thermopneumatic, hot, crystal, and a bucket each. 1, 2. 1, 2. Earl Grey hot.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. It always circles back to the bergamot. There we go. There's the chorus glass. So I can't imagine we'll ever get to four pools of mana a tick. Like, there's no way. That's just too much. So this elite pipe should be plenty.
Okay, I have more than enough elven honey now. Yeah, so sorry, Elf B, you're going back in cold storage.
Let's go and double check on the safety of Botania Boat Chuck. Oh, let's actually check on the safety of Chuck that's right over here. Okay, so all the Tau has grown, and Chuck is fine. So, what killed Chuck before?
Random spawn? How long ago was it?
That's the thing. He died shortly after we finished the stream on Tuesday. Because this stuff hadn't grown. And he was dead. And then I set him back up at like 5 minutes before stream. And then he was dead again 2 minutes into stream. So, like, mobs don't care about him. And so I have no idea what random confluence of things had to happen for him to get killed twice. And now he's just fine. He's been sitting there all stream. It's been 2 hours since his last death. And he's totally fine.
I got nothing, so
I don't know.
Sounds just confusing.
Yeah, Frog trolling us from the Lewis Black show. Just going into the console, killing random entities.
If you were doing that, I'm surprised I have any bees left.
Okay, so Botania Chuck is fine. Something unnatural, huh?
Warped garden.
Okay, green, blue, blue. Let's set it up before we leave. Make sure it works. Green, blue, blue. There we go. Thing full of water. Let's check on the pipes being used here. That's an elite pipe, so should be getting 32 buckets a tick, theoretically.
Okay, 14 Spirit Attuned Gems, check. So I need 56 buckets of Virulent Mix. No, I'm not looking at you for further in the future than that, so.
Okay.
Etching acid and venom.
Pipe.
Fluid mixture at 2 bar, which is frankly not bad.
Take this. Then we pull from that into here.
First, I'm just going to go to the underground and walk around a bit, see if I can, see if there's anything laying around.
It's interesting.
Oh yes, I have level 4 blood thing now.
I wonder if these ender tanks aren't, like the ender tanks themselves are slower than these pipes. So for that, we might eventually need a quantum entangleporter if the ender tank can't keep up. But we will also likely... we don't know if the ender cells have been fixed. So we would need one of these. And I always forget how exactly it works. But I think you'd make one of these. Oh, geez, you need... Well, one ender core makes 8. And you need 8 for the thing, so that's more or less the same as what it would have been before. But you need 2 for it to work. So what does a quantum entangle portal cost? Oh boy. 2 atomic alloy, 2 ultimate control circuits, which are an atomic alloy each. Fine obsidian ingots, which are fine, but then a teleportation core, which requires atomic alloys, infused diamonds, one of those flux cores I was just talking about that requires the ender core, and a billion fee. Carl Sagan with a B, billion.
It's a lot of zeros.
Uh-oh. So, yeah, ender core, her ender cell would be the way to go. Unless you just generate the power here. Which seems unlikely. So, Mac, what do you think? Do we start on the other multi-block, or do we work on making the ender cell to power this thing? Because then we'll have to figure out how we're getting mana up to these. Oh no, Mac, this thing is not going to be running for the weekend because we have to get mana over to these, which transporting mana is no mean feat. Like, sure, you could make a thing in the basement, but still needs to get up here. And the sparks only travel like 16 blocks. And so you can't put a pool on top. You can't put a pool on the bottom. You might be able to hover some, like, 4 pools around this thing and then have a pool in the bottom. No, you can't chain the sparks because there's only recessive, none, and then dominant. And so you can make those dominant. You could pull down to probably about here with pools that are not dominant. And then down to maybe here with one that's recessive, but then you'd have to fire the mana into that pool from something. And so we could put mana spreaders out here shooting in. How far can mana spreaders shoot? Well, their range is not exactly limited, but after a certain distance, it starts to lose mana. And I don't know how far that distance is. Well, let's research. Tanya, mana, spreader, distance. Okay. Mana spreader's bursts can only travel a distance of 12 blocks before suffering mana loss. The Gaia mana spreader can go 48 blocks, though. What about the Elven mana spreader? Because we can make the Elven ones. Okay, Elven mana spreader, bursts of 20 blocks. And so Gaia is 48. And the Gaia ones, why were we not making those? Right. So Bifrost is easy. Spectral, I mean, we did just make a bunch of those. Suppose we could make them again. Dragonstone is totally fine. Runes of Midgard are okay, but not great. We got the Gaia Spirits. Dream Cherry, we can just go harvest some trees. That constellation's annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need to make another astral relay. And I believe that's a ancient tree sapling. So yeah, that's kind of annoying too. But the biggest problem is the speed in which it would transfer. We would want to have the spreaders that were good enough. So we'd need to make the Elven ones. So Spark Push Lens is once again mildly annoying. Elementium's fine. Summer is melons and raw. More runes of air, which are fine. Like, I do like the idea of putting the mana pool here such that you see it spreading out and then out farther. It's just a question of how do we get the mana into the pool? Because I'm tempted to just make a bunch of thermal lilies. Because I'm fairly confident you can't just have a pool and then a spreader firing into another pool without it being like a pulse spreader and you hit it with redstone a bunch. And the pulse, and the pulse spreader is just a normal one. It's not meant for siphoning mana quickly. Do we have other options? Okay, hydrangeas die. Endoflames don't produce enough. Thermal lilies have a cooldown, which is annoying. Rose Arcana. If we could kill things fast enough, but I don't think we can. Munchdews eat trees. I think they might be the ones that eat flowers. Antropinium, very dangerous. Kekimurus would be fine, except making cakes is not as easy as it used to be. Gormarillus, we've got it, but it's real slow. Arslimus would be great if this were a slime chunk. Spectralus is what we got for the sheep farm. Dandelifian requires a certain type of block that I don't think we can make super quickly and easily. Rafflausia, I don't know what that does. Shulk Me Not requires you to trick a shulker into killing another mob. It's a nightmare. Facythia, no idea. So let's look into Facythia. Facythia. No, not that. That's from Mythic Botany. That's not really telling me anything. Let's check the book. The book's supposed to tell us things, right? Okay, Wither Aconite, disabled in Enigmatica 6. Randelicia, deleted. Mana Collector.
No fun allowed.
No fun at all. Huh. That's weird. The Wither Aconite and the Randelicia are disabled. But this Facythia doesn't have a recipe in JEI and isn't even in the book.
It is in Mythic Botany instead of Botania. That might have to do with it.
Right. And so I'm looking in the Mythic Botany part of the Botania book. And it's not in the generating flora, despite showing up in JEI as generating. So that's weird. Let's look up the Rafflausia. I think that's the one that eats the other flowers. Yeah, so you have to make Botania flowers and feed it to it. Yeah, there's no way. Dandelifian requires cellular blocks. How do we make those? Cellular. Cactuses, potatoes, carrots, and beetroots. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna go with no on that too. So yeah, Thermalily and Spectralus are really the only ones that seem viable.
What about that Game of Life one?
That's what I was looking at, the Dandelifian. But you need cellular blocks for it that cost cactus, carrots, potatoes, and beetroot.
Yeah, which is nothing. Or am I wrong about that?
I mean, yes and no. The potatoes, beetroots, and carrots, you can just magic into existence, and they're not a problem. Cactuses, less so. I have a lot of them, but I would need a lot of them. Because you don't get the cellular blocks back. You place them, it plays the game, and it consumes them. And so it's relatively cheap to make the blocks. I don't know how many you need to place for a particularly successful game.
Well, I happen to have open a thing I was looking at before. Turns out someone has solved the game for the best solution, of course, because internet.
Uh-huh. How many does it require?
I'm looking. Hold on. Go away, pop-ups. I hate you. Dandy Life and... Looks like you only need 6 per... 6 blocks per run.
Okay, so that's 18 cactus per run.
And a full game runs for 50 seconds.
Okay, so you'll need roughly 16 cactus per minute.
That's a good amount of cactus, actually, yeah.
That's a good amount of cactus for a thing that you can't bone meal. You can't bone meal it, and then the other things that make it are just ridiculously expensive or slow. So let me check on cactus, botany pot.
Mana infusion.
So you get 10 to 20 every 20 minutes. So you get 1 per minute. So you need 16 to 18 botany pots. Well, probably more than that, because you'd roll on average 15 every 20 minutes. 16 minutes if you used sediment. Or strange sand. Okay, strange sand. So you can cut it down to 16 minutes for about 15 cactus. So yeah, it's still about a cactus a minute. And so you need 18 of these botany pots.
Mm-hmm.
And problem with botany pots is the sewage and the aquapanthus. Aquapanthus takes pixie dust, which is no longer a problem, but still requires a rune of sloth, which requires weak blood shards. Rune of water is fine. So I'm a little tempted, because we could build that in the basement.
Basement is useful.
Does it say how much mana it generates?
No, it does not, and that was the part I was just wondering about, because nothing actually. It says, oh, here's the optimum thing, and it does take a big space, like a 27 by 27 space, but it doesn't actually tell you how much it produced, unfortunately.
That is pretty big.
I mean, it's all in the E6E or in the Enigmatica 6 wiki, which only has a few things, but one of them is a whole bunch of Botania suggestions for mana generation. But let me see if it actually says anything about how much it produces. Yeah, it doesn't even say how much it produces, so I don't know.
Okay, so 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. 100 rounds. And a life.
Is it better than your sheep, than your wool production, or is it just different?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know how much my sheep produces because I don't know how fast they regenerate their wool.
Okay.
And I remember finding a thing that told me once how much mana was produced by each of the different flowers. And then I lose it again. Then I have to look it up again. And it's never the first thing. And some of this is old enough that you can't trust it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one with the numbers is too old. That's not what we need. Oh, I love this one. So this is back in the good old days where you had day blooms and nightshades. 1 mana every 12 ticks. And like Entrepinium, 6,500 mana per TNT. And then Dandelion, question mark, question mark, question mark. Stuff happens, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yeah. That's the stuff. Mechanism doesn't have a book, does it? Because I'm trying to figure out right now how to get my guy up to 1700C so I can make these purple crystals I need for demon stuff. I'm trying to figure out what on earth will actually get that hot. Do you happen to recall what you were doing, how you did it?
What were getting hot? Sorry, I wasn't.
The Spiritune gems for the making of the Spiritune crystals. It wants 1703C.
Yeah, if the coal doesn't get you there, Blaze Blood should.
If the what doesn't?
I usually just use coal in the fuel wood heater.
Oh, and that's hot enough usually?
It's close. I don't know if it gets to 1700. If it's not, put in a bucket of Blaze Blood.
Put a bucket of Blaze Blood into the fuel wood heater. Okay.
Yeah.
I can do that. Thank you.
Okay, so according to this wiki...
Oh. I thought that was you for a second. Nope. Zombified Piglin.
The amount of mana that it can generate is 60 times the age of the cell times the number of cells that arrive around the flower. It's impossible to make a setup with more than 6 around the flower. So the most it can make is 6 times 60 times 100 is 36,000 mana per minute, roughly, per 50 seconds. So 36,000 mana is but a small fraction of what we need. And so let's check the Spectrolus. So the Spectrolus consumes one of each type of wool, generates 1,200 mana each. How many colors are there? Let's see, 9. So there are 16 colors. So it makes about 16,000 compared to that 36,000. And it's not even running constantly. So the Dandelion farm would be faster mana generation than my current wool farm. Supposing we were able to create the cellular blocks faster than it consumed them. Which, for most of the stuff, is just fine. Yeah, the beetroot would definitely run fast enough. Carrots run about the same. Peat. And then potato. About the same. Okay, so that's using botany pots. What if we used something else? Garden cloche.
I was going to say, if you want to steal one of my garden cloches, there's no way I'm using all of it. So they'll suck up your energy, but they'll
not tell me how much they suck up. Do you happen to know?
Oh, it's like 16,000 per. Oh shit! What did I just do? Ah, I moved it. Yeah, let's see. I want to say it's like 8 or 16,000 per tick. Yes, I know that's very different, the two of them, but
just a bit. Well, let me head back, check on our power production and our power usage. Okay, so I am producing 32,000 per tick. So yeah, those garden cloches would still decimate my system. Whether they were doing 8 or 16. And then phytogenic insulator. Looks like it would cost about 20,000 per potato. Okay, so that's no good. So then the question becomes, how quickly do they grow naturally? How big of a cactus farm would we need to generate 18 cactus per minute?
charcoal's not doing it.
Okay, standard cactus farm can look something like this. Designs are not very efficient, but if you build them on a large scale, they can produce thousands per hour. That's what I'm talking about. But I don't want it huge. I want it fast.
Okay, it looks like I need some blaze blood.
Okay. Yes, yes. Show me the designs faster. Yeah, yeah. So basics are you put whenever there's a block next to a cactus, it breaks it. But unfortunately, cactuses break cactuses. Well, cactuses destroy cactuses. Oh, now that's cool. Using a hopper minecart to save the drops that would have been killed by the cactus. But unfortunately, laggy. Don't want to make those big farms like that. Someone is sneaking into my home.
I am sneaking into your home. I was hoping to borrow a cup of blaze blood.
Ah, yes.
Is it okay to steal the blaze blood from this tank right here, or is there a place you'd rather I go?
No, that's a perfectly fine place.
Excellent, thank you. Hopefully I shan't return.
It's a lot of cactuses.
Hey, it worked.
Yay! Yeah, these cactus farms have a lot of interesting possibilities. And like all this is vanilla, and so I'm going like, okay, could we just do better with modded?
Yeah, I mean, could you just do it with a magic spell growth harvest spell turret?
Well, the problem with the cactus is you can't force them to grow.
No.
No, they're immune to bone meal.
Oh, so that makes them immune to the growth spell as well?
Yeah.
Okay. I did not realize that burning a block of fuel would give so much more heat than just burning the individual fuels themselves.
Ah, yes. Okay, so do we have fancy types of hoppers? Only kind of. Because omnidirectional hoppers are only omnidirectional in the sense that they can point in any direction. But that doesn't mean they pull from any direction. Ender hoppers, however,
Okay.
that might be what we're looking for. Okay, Ender Overseer is trivial. Hopper Enhancement, Lead, Infused Sunmetal, and Lodestone, trivial. Adept Hopper, Infused Sunmetal, and Chest, fairly trivial. Red String, totally fine. So, Ender Hoppers we could make. Okay, let's check Minecraft cactus growth rate. Cacti naturally grow to a height of 3 blocks, adding block of height when the top cactus block has received 16 random ticks on average every 18 minutes, but the actual growth rate can vary widely. Bone meal does not work. But they don't need light and do not catch fire.
Well, I guess let's save this blazing blood for a rainy day. Right, I have the crystals I need. God, gotta freaking...
Okay. Yeah, that's no good. So one every 18 minutes would require a lot of cactuses.
Zevis's spectral compulsion.
So one every 18 minutes. And we need 18 roughly per minute. So we would need 18 squared cactuses. Yeah? Roughly. 324 cactuses. So it'd be 81 things to collect it with, too. That's a lot of cactus. It's a lot of things to collect with. Well, Mac, that's the thing. We could probably make a 100% efficient cactus farm, but it'd be expensive because you have to catch them before they fall back onto the cactus.
What if you had a large fan?
And then you'd have to not blow them into the other cactuses.
Yes. Tricky.
Yeah, like there are some really good cactus farms, but they need to be huge. Because if you don't have 100% efficiency, then you need to make it bigger. And we don't want a ridiculously huge cactus farm. Like, I think, because the thing I was watching was talking about getting the efficiency up to like 85%. I don't think anything can possibly get it up to 100. Yeah, and so we'd have to do some math to see how many more than the 300 some we would need. So fence blocks and end rods. but you also run into some trouble as it's falling. It needs to catch on a wall, or else it'll potentially fall into a cactus. Two, three, one. Okay, so this is claiming 96% efficient. 230.
Haha, sentient harm.
You put fence posts to break. Fence post up 1 from breaking. End rod next to sand and next to cactus. And then drop it all the way down to the collection point. You put walls between the fence posts. Okay, so we get 18 per 60 seconds. That's 0.3 per second times 96%. Divide by 96% efficiency. Really? 60 by 0.96. So we need that much. Get 1 every 18 minutes.
So I may as well infuse all of my glass lenses. There's no reason not to. Oh, I need so much white dye.
Okay, 18 divided by 50 divided by 0.96 times 18 times 60 is 405. Okay, so in a 1 chunk area, you would only be able to fit 8 by 8 is 64. So that would require either a little over 6 chunks or 6 layers in a single chunk. So if we just filled that 3x3 chunk area, we'd have more than enough cactus going. So 7 chunks worth would probably be enough. But then we'd also have to harvest the carrots, potatoes, and beetroots. So we'd have to see how fast those grow, be able to collect those fast enough. But those farms are easier to deal with. Mm-hmm. You just set up a create farm that just spins round and round. But you need to make sure that they're growing fast enough such that you get them as fast as you need them. So that's even more computations. So let's go back to Chocolate Island. Behold the majesty of our multi-block. And then call it a night because it's 11 already.
Oh, goodness.
I know. How does this happen?
I'm going to keep going until I infuse my lenses and make me some fancy glasses. So,
yay, fancy glasses. Mm-hmm. That is totally fair. But I am going to go. I need to get to bed.
Okay.
So I'll be back on Tuesday. Will you be back on Tuesday?
I should be.
Frog will not be here on Tuesday. So it'll be just the two of us again. I might be working on the mana, might be working on the power, might be working on the oil rig. We'll see how it goes. So thank y'all for being here. And I'll see you in the next live stream of this here Enigmatic 6 Expert Mode. Bye-bye.
See yous.